Hey, what's up? It's Taylor. Last night I went to a meet with a bunch of Holden people, the Chicago Holden Connection, and had a good time. Last night after we left, I was on the way home and it was dark outside. And normally I'm the type of guy who notices the cars around me in traffic. I take note of the ones that are kind of special, sports cars, stuff like that. Well, last night I came to a stoplight and coming up from the other lane behind me was a Mercedes. Now, the headlights I could tell were a new Mercedes, like a C-Class or an E-Class, and then I saw in the street lights like those little bumps in the hood. And I thought, well shit, I think this is an AMG. So, keep going, light turned green, and I was behind somebody, and we're going, and started thinking to myself, I'm like, this might be a C63, because based on the headlight shape, I think that's what I've got behind me here, which start thinking in your head, you start guessing like, well, what kind of engine is that? What is this car? Well, I know the new C63 is the 4-liter twin-turbo V8, and depending on if it's an S or not, they've got 400 and something up to 503 horsepower. So I was hoping, all right, this should be fun if this guy comes up. Well, he does come up. He ends up next to me at a stoplight, and before I saw the front of the car, so he was still a little bit behind me, he's, slowing down. I can hear him downshifting. The thing's, revving up, and it's super loud, which doesn't really mean anything because AMGs, those new ones, they have like 3 separate areas in the exhaust where valves can open up, so they're super loud. So I hear it, and I'm like, all right, well, what is this thing? Pulls up next to me, and it's a unique color. It's like a flat gray, and it's a coupe, which I've never seen a C63 coupe. I know they make them, but I've never seen one, the new body style. So pulls up next to me, downshifting, loud as hell, and basically I read the back of it and it says S. I'm like, okay, so we're dealing with the high horsepower version. And light turns green, he takes off. I can't really get good traction. He got okay traction, and he got ahead of me. It's like, all right, that's a dead stop. Let's do this from a roll. Well, he kept kind of going through traffic, so I couldn't catch up to him because of the cars. Until eventually I did get a gap, and we got next to each other. And see for yourself. So, as you can see, results weren't great for me. Now, my wife was with me in the car. She was the one filming. That's the reason why, it's a cell phone video. So, window was down in our car, and it was out in Mexico, of course. And it was, you can't hear my car. All that noise was his car. You can't hear mine at all because of how loud that thing was. But did some research when I got home, looked it up. Those cars are like 11 something at 100 and, no, maybe it is 12 something. I think it's 12 something, 12 flat at 119 or 121, I can't remember. I was like, all right, well, that's formidable. And I looked up like the new CTS-V because I kind of, associate my car's performance to be, it should be somewhere around where new CTS-V is. So I look up a CTS-V, and that's in the 11s, and that's at 126 or 25, I want to say. It's like, all right, well, how the hell did this thing beat me that bad? So I look up that car specifically because I have a feeling it's very well known in the area. Well, looking into it, it seems like, from what I can deduce from reading on the internet about this guy, allegedly it's got 700 horsepower. So now I don't feel so bad if the thing's got 700 horsepower. But if it was completely stock, which, who knows, did you read on the internet with people, who knows what it really had, but if it was completely stocked, and that's disappointing, I'm kind of mad that it wasn't any closer or beating it, but I'm pretty sure it was tuned. It did have something done to it, and it does have more than the 500. I don't know if I'd say it has 700, but I know the transmissions in those things are good. I know they're slick and they shift fast. I know the power is great, but 700, I don't know. But it did beat me, so maybe it did. But I will tell you, I have ridden in a new AMG GTS with the same engine. I had a friend who was borrowing one from somebody he knew, came up to my house with it and was like, hey, you want to take a ride in this Mercedes I've got? And I was like, okay. He took a picture of the dashboard and I was like, holy shit, this is the AMG GT. So I did take a ride in that car last summer, a car like it, the GT, and that thing was incredibly fast. I mean, I'm telling you, they're insane. But the C63s is no joke. Am I upset? Yeah, you don't want to lose a race, but you move on. You're never going to be the fastest guy out there unless you're John Force. But until you're John Force, you're going to get beat. And I'm upset about it, but still kind of cool and happy and fun. And the guy didn't hang around long after the race was over. The next stoplight we came to, he quickly hung a right and took off into a neighborhood. So I don't know where the guy lives. I've never seen the car before. I've seen it. Other people I know have spotted it, but we'll see. Maybe there'll be a rematch someday. Maybe he'll be at the half mile, which, by the way, I signed up for that. So who knows? It was a lot of fun, but more fun for him than it was for me. So either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a okay time. Could have been better. But as always, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the end and have a wonderful day.